If there is one thing that we all know as Philadelphia Eagle fans, it's that the Eagles know how to overcome adversity. What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. If you are new to the channel and love talking Philly sports every single day, hit that subscribe button. Now, if your reaction to Brandon Brooks getting hurt was, we lost our All-Pro, what happened to all this health we were going to have in 2020? But know that if there's any team that can get over this adversity, it's the Philadelphia Eagles. But would like it to stop right there. Smash that like button. And oh, by the way, it helps this content and pushes it out to other Philly fans. With all that being said, let's jump into today's topic. So when that news came out that Brandon Brooks tore his Achilles, it had to shock everybody. We've been preaching all this offseason about health. It's only June. Nobody's really expecting to get reports that one of their all-pros are injured for the whole season. I mean, the sports world has been quiet, especially on the Eagle side. So I know people are probably watching content on YouTube, watching movies with their kids or their significant other, going shopping. Me, I was making a Carson Wentz video, and all of us got interrupted of that beautiful day that was going on with Brandon Brooks tearing his Achilles. But like I said in the opener, if there's one team that knows how to get through the adversity of injuries, it's the Philadelphia Eagles. And with this happening in the offseason, by no means is it anything positive of this. But with the time we have to prepare, the people out there, the guy that's going to step up for us, and the guy who's coaching them, and Jeff Stoutland, I don't feel as bad as I did when I read that thing come across my screen. Jeff Stoutland, when it comes to O-line coaches, he's one of the GOATs.
You see how fast they accelerate to the second level? Vertical voids. 180. Where's that? Get out! There it is!
He's 58 years old. He's been an offensive line coach since 2013, and he played linebacker.
Hey, you have to pop the foot down like the tackle does. It was just like hanging in there.
Now, I know a lot of people are talking about Jason Peters, coming back. Some people are just saying bring him back for depth on the whole offensive line, maybe as a swing tackle, maybe if Dillard don't work, although I'm a believer that Dillard's going to be fine in the NFL. With that being said, I wouldn't mind bringing Jason Peters back as a backup role for depth on the whole offensive line. But I don't believe he's going to be able to come in, play the opposite side from the left to the right, and be a right guard, which he hasn't really done in his 15 seasons in the NFL. And yes, the dude is skilled and very versatile, but playing against defensive ends who can bull rush, but a lot of them like to beat you with speed, is a lot different than going against the Aaron Donalds, the Fletcher Cox, the Leonard Williams, the big guys up front, which do have a little bit of speed, but really will put that body on you. After 15 years worrying about defensive ends, worrying about other D tackles is going to be a little bit different. Now, I know Jason Peters, the bodyguard, has some weight to him himself, but it's still a big difference. Now, we got other options also to get depth at the right guard position, but I do believe Matt Pryor is going to get the first chance. What happens if he goes down? Do we think Herbert can come in and do what he did or Brandon Brooks did? I don't know. So you might have to look at a guy like Larry Warford, who really got let go by the Saints because of money. He was a 3-time Pro Bowler, but you know how it is. Once you sit on the market so long, your price comes down. If you're selling a car for $5K and a couple months go by and nobody's offering you nothing for it, well, you might switch the price up for $3,500 or best offer. I don't know. We also could look at a guy like Ronald Leary, who played for the Denver Broncos at right guard, and according to PFF, even though I know you guys don't trust him, he was a top 20 right guard. I'm not sure the situation why they parted ways or are going to part ways, but these are guys we need to look at and think, should we bring them in? I do believe Matt Pryor should get the first chance. Not so sure how they feel about Herbert or would need to bring a guy in right away, but you got to keep that in your mind as the season goes along, as the training camp goes along, and things of them sort. We also know that we have money problems coming 2021, so we got to keep that in mind. And who knows how much more money problems get added on with this whole no fans or fans, and with all this money that could be lost in revenue for all the owners. Who knows how far that's going to take us. We got to get through 2020 for now. But let's get to know the one and only Matt Pryor a little bit more and see what he did in a couple limited starts. So they're going to pull Pryor, fake it to Sanders. The guy bites, comes back, and gets blasted. That's a grown man right there. Matt Pryor is 6'7", 351 pounds. He played tackle in college, and he's 25 years old. Here we go with an inside zone. Look at him working on 97 and moving him up to the linebacker, kind of gets 47 stuck. He was drafted out of TCU, cough, cough, the same college as Jalen Reagor, in 2018. In the 6th round, pick 206. Switching up the play, listening to the silent count, but all he does here is take care of his man. Nothing special, but gets a clean pass for Carson. This was the overall assessment by a scout when it came to Matt Pryor in 2018. The team that drafts Matt Pryor must have a plan to help him continue developing his body and game. But he's an impressive player on the hoof with the tools to become a better pro than he was a college blocker. There's no better guy to sit behind for 2 years than Brandon Brooks. And there's no coach to learn better from than Jeff Stoutland. I think he's ready. No one to block in front of him, so he moves up to the linebacker. Look at the feet to stay with the linebacker first time and second time. No quit in this kid. Again, that's what the Eagles like to do. Jason Kelce was a late round pick. Isaac Samula wasn't an early pick. But as we mold these guys in, they became formidable players in Isaac Samalu. And in Jason Kelce's name, he's going to be a Hall of Fame center. They drafted Matt Pryor knowing that Brandon Brooks was signing a deal. And so as long as Brandon Brooks was there, he was going to mold him alongside of Jeff Stoutland. And if for any reason Brandon Brooks will go down and or when it was time for him to go, this guy could come in and play. Although the time was not supposed to be 2020 with the big deal we gave Brandon Brooks, we're going to need Matt Pryor to play now. All the tape wasn't as pretty as some of the things I showed. There were some bad things, but overall, I like his style, and I do believe he can fit in right guard. Is it the same things we're going to get from Brandon Brooks? No. I mean, he's one of the best right guards in the game. It's not going to be easy to replace him. But a guy like Matt Pryor, what he showed me in both Seattle games and the Giants game is that I believe it's not going to kill us losing Brandon Brooks with him replacing him. Now, let's switch things over to Alshon Jeffery. For those who've been subscribed or followed me for a minute in the live streams, you know how I feel. When the whole anonymous source thing came, I was like, we can't have that. If you don't like what Carson Wentz doing, you got to speak to him, but we can't have all this outside drama. It's just as simple as that. I believe it wasn't the fact that he really didn't like Carson Wentz. I believe in 2017, Alshon Jeffery said before he came here that I'm coming to play with the Eagles because of Carson Wentz, and we are going to win the Super Bowl. He legit said that. Now, in 2017, go check it. Carson Wentz was throwing touchdowns left and right to Alshon. They were completing 35-yard passes, 40-yard passes. They were getting it done. One of the reasons Alshon didn't get 1,000 yards is because Zach Ertz was eating, Torrey Smith was still eating. That was the 1 year that Nelson Aguilar knew how to go deep, knew how to go across the middle and catch the ball. Yes, in 2017, he was catching the ball. I don't really remember it because it's been so long, but it was true. But Alshon was crucial in that whole run with Carson Wentz and also with Nick Foles. When Nick Foles came in, Alshon continued to thrive and pretty much played the whole playoff run with a hurt shoulder. Then he got surgery. Carson misses games in 2018. Alshon misses more games in 2018. Gets rushed back. Gets a lingering injury here, a lingering injury there, a lingering injury there. We all know when you're sick or when you're hurt, you start lashing out on people for no reason. You know, you hurt yourself. You might be on crutches. People are feeling sorry for you. They're trying to offer you help and stuff. And you're like, get away from me. Get away from me. That's what I really think happened. I think all these lingering injuries, the fact that Alshon was dropping easy balls that he don't drop going through the middle, it was getting to his head more than the actual play of Carson Wentz. I think Alshon Jeffery was upset with himself because he's not the same because of the injuries, and we're taking it out on the team and Carson. You don't go from wanting to play with a guy and going to that city to hating him like that. What I can see from Alshon is health has been his problem since 2017. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you on this video that I think he's going to be 100% healthy. I don't know. But getting rid of Alshon Jeffery in 2021's offseason is going to be a lot easier and a lot more realistic. So he's going to be on the Eagles. And when he does get healthy, if he can get healthy and can compete to the Alshon Jeffery I know he could be, he will get some playing time. It's two birds with one stone. If he plays good, well, he helps the Eagles. And if he plays up to par, then his trade value goes up for 2021 offseason. So no matter what, I see Alshon playing when he gets healthy. The question is, will he get healthy and will he be able to be Alshon Jeffery? With all that being said, thank you guys for watching and all the constant support. I got a couple new channel members. I don't know exactly off top, so I'm going to shout you out in my next live stream and or next video. Appreciate all the constant support, really do. And for those who want to check it out, it will be in the description below. Check it out. Let me know if you want to. There's some good perks. And just remember, Philly Talk Nation, you automatically get a chance to be in the ESPN Fantasy League that I'm hosting on the Philly Talk podcast, and you get 10% off of whatever the buy-in is. Let me know in the comment section, what do you think about Matt Pryor? Or who do you think should be the right guard if you don't believe in Matt Pryor? And tell me why. And let me know what you think about Alshon. I know a lot of people just say he's 100% done. And I agree that he won't be good unless he can get fully healthy. On that note, you know what time it is. We out.